Right, guys, first thing I'll do is make sure you can see my screen. So just bear with me and I'll share that. So firstly, thanks everyone for joining us. As you can see from this lovely picture, here's a gentleman ready to get cracking, and that's what tonight's all about, for me to tell you all about BeWise Trader. I actually joined BeWise Trader literally 3 months ago. I was one of the first people in the UK to find out about it. And since then, the business has just grown very, very rapidly. I told a handful of people, as you do, and currently, as of today, we've got literally 578 members in the team, which are spread across over 30 countries in the world. And just to give you an idea in terms of the number of packs that people have purchased, which you'll find out as part of the presentation is what people hold, we've got now over 850 packs in the team. And the top pack, which is the diamond pack, we've now got over 700 of those in the team. And the business has gone absolutely mad the last 48 hours. In fact, we got to the point where we almost ran out of money to start paying the invoices to make sure that people hit the promotion. So there's been a lot of interest in the last few days. So this is actually a brand new presentation. So please bear with me. I don't get any training on how to do these presentations. I was given the presentation in Portuguese. I then got it translated using Google Translate into English, and then I did a proper job, and I've spent the last 2-3 days working directly with the company backwards and forwards to get this to a point where hopefully the English is all correct and you understand it. So BeWise Trader, what's it all about? Well, BeWise Trader themselves, their quoted aim or their vision is they want to become the largest company in the world in the sports trading market. So they want to provide training and sports tips to people all around the world. The company itself has offices in London. I had the pleasure a couple of weeks ago with some of my key team leaders, it was about 16 of us. We went down to London and we actually met the owners of the company, Miguel Cavillo and Augusto Queiroz. They actually came over from Lisbon. The company have their main offices are actually in Lisbon, Portugal. And then they also have a satellite office where they have some of the traders, which I'll come to further on in the presentation. But the company, we met them down in London, so we were able to meet the owners and had a long discussion about the future plans of the business. So what are BeWise Trader? Well, they're offering quality products and services which enable people to get into the market of sports predictions. Don't worry if you've never heard of the market of sports predictions. I can explain a little bit later in the presentation what that is. The company has a professional training system that enables anyone to participate in this growing market. So the idea is that you can become a trader and explore this brand new marketplace. BeWise Trader themselves have a team of traders. So Miguel Cavillo, one of the most successful sports traders in Europe, has a team of traders. He has 54 traders that work full time, and they are basically working on trading with the money on the sports trading, predicting what's going to happen in particular sports. They also train other people and they provide tips to us that we can place. And the whole objective is they want to make as much profit as possible for the company, which they then share with us as members of BeWise Trader. So what is the vision for the company? Well, the company actually started back in October. We had basically a rebranding exercise which took place in May, so beginning of this month, which turned us into BeWise Trader, hence the launch of the new branding. In the future, the plans are in November next year, they plan to establish their own bookmaker. So some of you may have heard of Ladbrokes, William Hill, companies like that. Well, BeWise Trader are planning to establish their own international bookmaker. A couple of years after that, they're then going to create their own betting exchange. We'll talk about some of these terminology a bit later in the presentation, but some of you may have heard of companies like Betfair. Well, that's exactly what BeWise Trader want to establish, a physical betting exchange. And they're moving on. By the beginning of 2020, they want to be recognized in the world as the leader in the sports trading industry. So what is this sports prediction market? What is it all about? Well, there was a study conducted in 2013 which showed that this marketplace is worth well over 200 billion euros. And just to give you a little bit of an example, if you take one particular football match, there is an awful lot of money traded on the results of what's going to happen in that football match. Just to give you an example, there was a recent match between Real Madrid and Barcelona. That actually generated 30 million euros just in that one match. So literally people were placing predictions on what was going to happen in that match. Could have been the number of corners, could have been the number of cards, could have been the number of goals, who was going to be the next goal scorer, all sorts of things. but that is a massive marketplace that we can all start being part of. Some of the players in this marketplace on the bookmaker side are some of the major companies like bwin, Bet365 and sportingbet, which you may have heard of. bwin actually sponsor Real Madrid Football Club. Bet365 are regularly advertising on UK TV. They do a lot of what's called in-play trading, where basically you can place a bet on what you think is going to happen in the middle of a match. So you might say who's going to be the next goal scorer, who's going to be the team that's going to score next. And these particular companies are registered throughout the world and even in some particular states within the United States. And many of these clubs are actually sponsoring substantial football clubs. I mentioned bwin as an example. They also sponsor football stadiums and individual players themselves. And then they also will sponsor specific competitions around the world. So very big industry. As well as bookmakers, you've also got betting exchanges. There's quite a few of them. There's Betfair, there's BetDAC, there's S-Markets, but the major player is Betfair. Betfair's been around since the year 2000. And what's the difference with a betting exchange? Let me just give you an example. With a bookmaker, you'll place a bet, for instance, on a football team to win. That bet you're placing with a bookmaker. If you lose, the bookmaker keeps the money. If you win, the bookmaker has to pay out to you. The difference with a betting exchange is Betfair are not the bookmaker. You're actually betting against someone else. So you're basically another member of the public. You don't actually know who that person is, but let's say, for instance, you think Manchester United are going to win. You'd place what we call a back bet on Betfair, and on the other side of it, someone else will think, well, I don't think Manchester United are going to win. So essentially those two bets are matched, and if at the end of the match you win, that particular person's bet or their money is taken away and is given to you as the winnings. If it's the other way around and they win, you lose, and therefore that pays them out. But what happens in the middle is Betfair take a commission for all those transactions, and typically they take about a 5% commission. So you just think back to that Barcelona match. That was 30 million euros traded. Betfair are taking about 5% of that just on one match. So significant volume. And you can see there some of the statistics there in terms of some of the awards they've won. They've got more than 2,000 employees, 4 million customers, and they're actually processing more than 17 million transactions a day. So quite a substantial business. So just imagine if you had the skills where you could be part of this marketplace and actually could be taking just maybe a little bit of slice of the cake, a small amount of money back into your own bank account. Well, with BeWise Trader, we can help you do that. And this whole business is based around that passion of sports that people enjoy. And you can come and experience that with BeWise Trader. The company themselves provide all sorts of training courses. They also provide sports tips. The training is high quality, there's video training, there's PDFs and things like that to help you become a sports trader. If you become a trader, you can obviously be successful. So how does the company help you do that? Well, you yourself don't have to do the physical trading if you don't want to. What you basically do is you sign up to a different package. So the first package, which is the BWT package, which is $50, that's basically a mandatory package, as it says down here. Purchase of the BW plan is mandatory. So you have to buy that package. You can then choose, if you want to purchase any one of these packages. When you purchase these packages, you then start receiving access to a share of the company earnings. So we have the bronze package right up to the diamond package. So as an example, if you were to purchase the diamond package, that is $1,300 plus the $50 for this pack. So it's a total of $1,350. With that particular package, you get various tips. You get a full trading course on how to become a sports trader. But more importantly, the most important thing is these little two asterisks here. You actually get access to a share of the company's earnings. I'll explain in a second how you can receive that particular profit share. So these are the particular plans that you purchase. You can purchase any one of these when you start, but you can't have more than one of these packages. So if you decide to start at perhaps the bronze package, these packages are valid for 12 months. You can then choose, if you wish to upgrade at a later stage to a silver package, and then up to a gold, and finally up to the diamond. But when you do upgrade from one pack to the next, you need to pay the difference in costs plus another $50 to do that. But alternatively, you can come straight in at the diamond package. Now, once you get to the diamond package, you can't have any more of these packages, but once you get to the diamond package, you can have up to another 9 diamond packages. So that's a total of 10 diamond packages that you can be having, where you are receiving a regular weekly profit share, and you'll see where the income comes in a second. So that's basically how you get started. So Going back to those individual packs, what do you get as part of them? Well, there's 7 different forms of income that you receive from buying these particular packs. So we'll take these one at a time. So the first one is what we call the profit share bonus. This is based on the net profits of the company. Each particular pack will receive a different level of profit share depending on the size of it, and also depending on the profitability of the company in that particular period, whether it be in the last week or the last month. That particular bonus is paid weekly on a Tuesday. Okay, so that's paid every week on a Tuesday. And just to give you a typical idea, ever since the company started, they've never paid less than 25% profit or equivalent profit per monthly period. So if you divide that by 4, they're roughly paying about 6.25% per month on your particular pack. Now that's based on past history, and hopefully that's not going to change as far as the future is concerned. As well as receiving that profit share, which you get whatever you do, so even if you decide not to introduce anyone else or anything like that, you still receive that regular weekly profit share, and you get that for 52 weeks. But in addition, if you decide to tell someone else and perhaps build a team or recommend it to a friend, you start receiving what we call a referral bonus. And this is based on the type of pack they purchase. So if you introduce someone that buys a bronze pack, you can get paid $13 straight into your back office. Right up to the diamond pack, which is our most popular pack, and there you receive $65. So for each customer you introduce, you get 5% of the pack price you get as a direct bonus. But in addition, if that particular individual you've introduced then decides to tell someone else, you get what we call an indirect bonus, and this is 0.22%. Well, if you do the maths, that actually works out at $2.86 for each diamond pack that people buy. So what that means is, if you've got a team of people, you will receive $2.86 for each indirect referral down to the 10th level. Now that may not sound like a lot of money, but as you start to build up a team, like take myself as an example, we've got nearly 600 members. So for each one of those as they're introduced, because I'm nowhere near my 10th level at the moment as we built the organization, so I'm getting $2.86 every time a diamond member comes in. So multiply that by a few hundred and you start to get a substantial income. So that's the referral bonus, and you get that on the very first pack that people purchase. You don't get it on any future packs that they buy. So if someone buys a diamond pack and then they decide to buy more diamond packs, you get the referral bonus just on the very first pack they purchased. The next one is what we call the binary bonus. Now this is one of the most powerful programs around as far as internet's concerned. And the binary bonus, like in terms of my own income, you're probably talking about well over 80% of my income to date in the last 3 months has come from the binary bonus. And this is true of a lot of people within the business. So let me explain how the binary bonus works. What happens is when you join, you introduce people on what we call your left or your right leg. Or in this case, as we like to call it, a team. So you have like a left team and a right team. So every time I introduce someone, I can choose whether I put them on the left or the right, and I can control that from my back office. So the first thing I need to do is I need to qualify myself when I first join to receive this binary bonus. How do I do that? Well, all I need to do is I need to introduce someone on my left and someone on my right. It doesn't matter what level they are. They can be a diamond pack. Just have to forgive me. The company have recently changed the names of the packs. They used to be BetTrader 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll probably mention that because some of you may hear the terminology. So these used to be BetTrader 1, 2, 3, and 4. They've now recently changed them to be a bronze, silver, gold, and diamond pack, just to clarify it. So, going back to that. So all you need to do is introduce someone on your left, someone on your right. Doesn't matter what pack they purchase, whether it's a bronze pack or a gold pack, that then qualifies you to receive the binary bonus. You don't get any points for that, but that at least gets you qualified. What then happens is every night the system looks to see how many people have joined on your left and how many people have joined on your right. So in this example, you've got all these people here that have joined on the left in that 24-hour period, and that totals up to 3,250 points. The point system being 250 points for the diamond pack, 150 points for the gold, 100 points for the silver, and 50 points for the bronze. So what the computer does is every night, 12:30 at night Portuguese time, it looks to see how many points have been generated on your left and how many points have been generated on the right. So we've got 3,250 here, 3,100 here, and then what the system does, it calculates the bonus from the smallest team. So in this case, the smallest team is the right team. They've got 3,100 points. So what the system does, it pays you out 50% of the value of that as a physical dollars. So 50% of 3,100 means you would get paid $1,550 in that 24-hour period for that activity that's gone on in your team. Now what happens is there's actually an extra 150 points here on the left. That will then remain there because you've not been paid on that, and that sits there for the next day. So if, for instance, you introduce another 150 points on this side, that then gets paid out accordingly the next day. So that's the binary bonus. And what you've got here is, as you can see, the different packs, and then you've got the value of the points. And then the other thing to note is these figures here, the $1,000. This is called the binary ceiling. What this says is you can't earn more than this amount of dollars per day from the binary bonus. So in the case of the diamond pack, the maximum you can earn per day is $15,000, which I think most of us can survive on without too much of a problem. So that's the binary bonus. The next one is called the monthly tips bonus. As part of the package that you purchase, there is a compulsory fee you need to pay for the monthly tips every month. Now you don't need to worry about that. You've not got to dig into your pocket again and spend some more money. That is automatically taken now from your back office, so you don't need to worry about generating any more money. You don't need to pay the invoice yourself. That's all done automatically for you. But as part of that process, the system does the same thing. It looks at how many people have hit their anniversary of the day in the month that they joined the company, and it totals up the number of points. So you've got the same situation here. So if there's someone in my team, perhaps who's got a diamond pack, and it's hit the anniversary within the month of when they joined, that invoice will get automatically paid. The points go into the system, and just like the binary plan, it totals up the number of points. So in this case, we've got a silver member, we've got a diamond member, and we've got a gold member that's essentially their invoice has been paid for that month. So that's total up 8 points. And then on the left, we've got 3 points. So the same thing, it pays out on the smallest leg, which is 3 points. It pays you 50%. So 50% of the 3 points is $1.50. Again, doesn't sound like a lot of money, but with this particular one, just like the binary, it pays down to any level, not just down to the 10th level, it pays all the way down. So once you start to build up a team, this can easily be hundreds, if not thousands of people multiplied by this sort of factor, and that becomes a residual income that's paid to you essentially every day based on the date of when people originally joined. The next one is called the green diamond bonus, and someone once said to me this was a bit like a fast start bonus, which I think is a very apt way to explain it. So what this is, and the reason we call it fast start, is because you need to do this qualification within 60 days of joining. Okay, so if within 60 days of joining you've managed to introduce 5 diamond members on your left and 5 diamond members on your right, so that's a total of 10 diamond members. If you do that in your first 60 days, you become what's called a green diamond, and you then hold that status for the rest of the period of you being a member. So that's 5 on the left and 5 on the right. So once you become a green diamond, what the company does at the end of every month, they look at the total net turnover of the business in terms of the sales of packs and so on. They then take 2% of that and put that aside, and then they share that out across all the people that are green diamond members, those that were there for the previous months and those that obviously hit it for that particular month. And as it says here, that's paid out on the 5th day every month. So once you achieve that bonus, you get that every single month, okay? But you need to do that in your first 60 days. So for those that are just getting started or thinking of joining us, just remember this is the one that's got a time horizon on it, and if you can get cracking straight away and try and achieve this bonus, you then receive that every single month. Just to give you an idea, the last couple of months that bonus has been $180 and $115. I've only been in the business 3 months, so I've had it the last couple of months, just to give you an idea of what that is actually worth from a financial viewpoint. The next one's called the Black Diamond bonus. This one's a little bit more difficult to achieve. What you need to do here is you need to achieve 3,000 binary points on each leg for any 20 days in the month. So what does that mean in English? Well, 3,000 binary points, if you divide that by 250, that's actually 12 diamond packs. So what that means is your left team need to introduce 12 diamond packs, and your right team need to introduce 12 diamond packs. And if they do that for 20 days in the month, they don't have to be consecutive days. So for any 20 days within a month, if you achieve that target, you then become a black diamond. But this is for that particular month, of course. So once you do that, the company take 1% of their monthly turnover, and they then again share that across all the black diamond members within the company. Now, to my knowledge, no one has actually achieved this particular bonus yet. So it's most likely the first person that does this will actually get the whole of that turnover paid to them straight away. And as I said, that's 3,000 points, 20 days in a month. You have to do that. If you want to continue to receive that bonus, you need to do that every single month. Not like the green diamond, where once you hit it, you will always receive it. Some of the other ways the company will reward us is they give us some career plans and awards. The first one is called the Trader Level 1. If you get 7,000 points on your smallest leg, you become a Trader Level 1. You get 7, that is already achieved 7 pounds, and the company give you a bronze pin. If you then achieve 14,000 points, you become a Trader Level 2, which means you then get a bronze pin with a gold dot put on it. Move on. When you get to 30,000 points, you actually become a Level 3 Trader, which is something I achieved a few weeks ago. You then get a silver pin and a Mont Blanc pen. Moving on, you then get to 150,000 points, which is a Senior Trader. You then get the silver pin, the gold dot, but more importantly, you get this lovely Rolex watch. Then moving on, we then get what's called a Master Trader. Our wonderful master distributor Paolo Martins, who I tend to speak to most days, he actually recently achieved this. He's been recently in Asia promoting the business, but he actually achieved this the other day. So many congratulations to him. But he achieved 500,000 points, and he now gets a dream holiday for himself and a companion. The motor cars. So once you get to 1 million points on your smallest leg, you then become an advanced Master Trader. The company then hand over the keys to a Jaguar XF premium luxury car. And then the top one, which is for 2 million points, you become a Trader Coach, and the company hand over the keys to this wonderful Maserati Gran Turismo. Now that particular vehicle is worth over £100,000. And the other thing to bear in mind is, at this point, you've achieved 2 million points. Remember, the company pays you 50% on the binary plan. They pay 50% of your smallest leg. So at this point, you've got 2 million points. Well, 2 million points times 50% is $1 million. So at this point, the company will have cumulatively paid you $1 million. And as a thank you, they hand over the keys to a wonderful Maserati Gran Turismo. And that gets me excited every day. So, how do we get our money out of this program? We've made all this money with a profit share from the company. How do we get it out? Well, the company have partnered with a company called PayDiff. So what we do is we register on the PayDiff website. We create an account on there. And once we've got $300 in our BeWise Trader back office, we can request a withdrawal. As it says here, there's a withdrawal fee of 2.99%. And then twice a month, the company do a payment run, and they pay the money into people's PayDiff accounts. And to give you the actual specifics, if people request a withdrawal between the 1st of the month and the 15th of the month, then the company will pay that on the 20th of the month into your PayDiff account. And then the period we're in at the moment, so if you put in a request effectively between the 16th of the month and the end of the month, which is where we are now, so all those people that put in requests by the end of this month, they will then get paid on the 5th of the following month, which is the 5th of June. Okay, so two payment runs per month. Once the money's in your PayDiff account, you can then request that to be withdrawn to either your own bank account, to Natella, which is a financial e-wallet that a lot of bookmakers use, or you can get it paid to Perfect Money account. So 3 different ways you can get it out of your PayDiff account. So thousands of people have already joined this company. There's at least 4,000 people now as part of BeWise Trader. So really it's all about what are you waiting for to essentially change your life. This particular company will provide you with training on sports trading. It'll provide you with tips. It'll also provide you with a regular weekly profit share every week without fail, and you don't need to do any work for that. And then if you want to, you can take it seriously and turn this into an opportunity and introduce a lot of other people and grow your business even further. So thanks for taking the time out to listen to the presentation. I'll now hand it back to Darren. He can check whether I've missed anything.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Simon. That is a much better slide presentation. And obviously I see these every week because obviously as the host and and to be honest, the whole presentation, I'm just so impressed with the way that the company's getting more and more professional. The slides look slicker, and obviously the information that you can then bring to it from your own experience is obviously worth its weight in gold as well. But I think the presentation, the way that you've gone through it, is just so much simpler. And so people who are looking at this for the first time, I think will have a real good handle on the BeWise Trader. It's really, really brilliantly done. So thank you very much for that.